So this is Dreamweaver here, and the question for Eagle today is the types of things that we really want to be aware of when we decide to start waking up these parts of ourselves. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I remember when I went and I was waking up and I traveled to the reservation one day. I kind of had the afternoon, evening off, and I went to sleep in my minivan until Eagleheart showed up at his roundhouse. And I was telling him about some of the dreams I'd been having because they were just way out of context for me. And he spent about 2 or 3 hours around a little Coleman lantern talking to me about the different influences that will probably stop me from dreaming on and expanding. And I'm not going to go through all those. And there was a lot of darkness to him, and I did get tested in those ways that he predicted that night. But as I went into becoming a therapist and a consultant in a lot of the environmental knowledge, I went through my own training. I found that there was some rules I had to follow because I was being tested a lot. One of the rules was I always would tell my students or clients that to actually wait like 7 days before sharing what their experience was, whether that be a dream that they were sharing with me, whether that be the session topic that we had, or maybe something else that happened. And if you wait 7 days, the earth actually makes 7 rotations, and it kind of puts like this energetic seal around your energy field, so that if you share what happened with somebody else, their opinions or judgments won't get in. Their story of how they see what happened to you won't be able to get in and take over your thoughts. You'll have your own thoughts. You can listen to them as a reflection, but you still have the ability to sort out whether you want that reflection or not, or if that's really what happened. You start opening up to the world of metaphysics, spirituality, and you start expanding. There's a lot of things that happen that are going to be out of the norm. A lot of people can't handle listening to that because they like the structure they have. It makes them feel safe and secure, and they don't want to hear about other things. So they're going to test you. They're going to throw their judgments at you, and you have to be ready for that rejection, because that's what they're doing. They're rejecting you. And they're not maybe rejecting your essence, but they're rejecting the behavior. And those are two different things. And you can't get caught up in that, because that's what they're doing. That's not what you need to know. You need to know the essence is you've been expanding yourself. There's bigger dreams coming in. You may be dreaming with the animals. You may be dreaming with water, lakes, oceans. It can come in a lot of different forms. For me, when I was happening, I was dreaming with eagles. I was flying. And I had big wings, and I was overlooking different things. And as I shared those dreams with Eagleheart, he knew what I was seeing. He wasn't just taking it like I was in fantasy, because he knew what I was looking at. And I had to be able to tell him exactly what I was seeing and how I was seeing it. And he knew I was sharing the dream. I wasn't selling it. I wasn't opening or closing imprints. I was sharing because I wanted to learn what this was about. What did he know that could help him learn? That's how it happened to me. Now, other people have come and they share different things, but one of the scariest things that was consistent is when they started sharing with their primary partner, whether they were married or they were living with somebody or their best friend, and they didn't agree. They often would just shut down the expansiveness in order to maintain the relationship. And I saw that happen a lot, and it would close up everything. And they actually suffered with it because they couldn't express it and just find out if it was a interesting thing that happened and it didn't happen again, or if it was something that was going to be ongoing. That's one I've seen a lot happen. I've seen some other ones happen, but I think I better save them for another video. The main point is, if you have an experience, a big dream that's out of this world, or you have an experience with somebody that feels magical, feels like there's a real spiritual thing happening, wait 7 days. Let yourself have the respect for the experience to let it integrate enough and protect you from being rejected. Oh, thanks for the question.